Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Praveen and you are watching Techie Praveen. So basically in this video, we are going to talk about how to integrate an API into your Flutter application. So without wasting time, let's get started. So basically this is my Flutter app and the output is like this. I have one app bar and inside my body I have created one container and hello world. This is my basic app. I have created one stateful widget like this, and inside the stateful widget I have scaffold app bar, and inside the body I have created one container whose height is 200, width is 300, and I have wrapped this to a center to make it center. And inside the container I have created one text widget in the name of hello world, which is also wrapped by center to make it center of the container. So this is my basic app I have created. So basically we are going to integrate API in this basic design. So I have used one dependency name is pubsy.yml. Inside of my pubsy.yml, I have used HTTP to integrate HTTPS response into my app. So let's get started. So I'm going to open my API response. So this is the open source API, that is request.in. I'm going to share the link in the description. It's an open source, so you can easily use it on your app for the learning purpose. It's having a lot of API responses: get call, post call, put, patch, delete, and it's having different types of responses as well. So we are going to start with a very basic get call. So this is we are going to use single user first, and then we're going to make it more complicated APIs by multiple users, by list of users. So we are going to use single user first. So before starting or before integrating any API to your app, you have to understand what type of JSON data we have or what type of response we are getting from the internet. So we have to understand the JSON response. So currently, this is my JSON response. If I click on this URL, I'm getting this type of response. This is my response of my single user. This is for single user, and this is for multiple users. So this is your list, and inside this is your string response, and inside the string response there is a map value. What is the map value? The information that we are getting in the form of key value pairs. ID is the key and 2 is the value. Email is the key and genet.request.in is the value. First name is the key and genet is the value. So this is known as key value pair. This is known as map values. And if I'm using list users, this is known as list. This is also a map value. Inside the one map value data, it having a list as a information. So we are getting inside one list inside one map value. So we are going to integrate this into our app. So before integrating, we have to understand what type of data we have, so that we have to plan according to the data. And let me import one package for HTTP, that is as HTTP, and I have to write one function to call API, future API call, and I have to make it asynchronous. Perfect. HTTP.response, because we are getting response from HTTP, and we have to store this into a variable, and then HTTP.get, because we are using get call. So here I am using get. If you want, you can use post if you are working with post calls, or if you can use put if you are working for put calls as well. Perfect. So I'm getting only I'm working only on get calls. So we have to save this URL into one response. So I have to define one variable, that is the string response. Perfect. And now URI.parse. Perfect. Now let me copy my URL for this. This is my complete URL. Just copy and paste it. We okay. If we have to make it as a await function. Why await? Because we have to wait. We wait for the response. So let me check from where I am getting this error. Okay, I have to save it in response. Perfect. Now error is gone. So let me give my condition. If my response dot status code. Why status code? I have a lot of option like we are what information we are getting from my HTTP is called. We are getting body, we are getting headers, we are getting requests, we are getting status code. So you can give conditions on the basis of any information, but most common is status code, and this is the correct way. So if my status code is 200, means if I am getting a proper response on the my URL from my server, then what happened? Then I have to change the state. So I have to use string response, and I have to copy the body. So what will happen if my status code is 200? Then what is going to be happen? My response or body should save into a string response, and we have to call this here. So string response dot to string. Why to string? Because we have to convert this into string. Let's run the app. Okay, I have made one mistake. I haven't called this. Okay, let's call this function. Perfect. So now I have got the data. So if you click on this one, you will get this complete data, right? Complete data of my response. This basically it's gives me the complete body of my response. This is my complete body of my response. So through this, you will able to get the complete body of your response to your app. Now I have to get only data part, right? So what I have to do? This is your map. So I have to define one map value. Map. So this is my map response. So for this, I have to use one import. I have to use one package, that is dart.convert, to convert the response to map value, and map response equals to string response. Okay, JSON.decode. I have to decode it. JSON dot sorry. I have to decode this body. Perfect. So if you want, you can remove it, and then I have to use map response, and I need only data, so I put data here. See this data. Let me run the app. Okay, I got one error, but I got my data. See, inside this I have ID, email, first name, last name, and avatar, and inside my name, ID, email, first name, last name, and response. So it's working fine, but I have got one error, and the error is because of the method was called null. So I have to make one thing. uh, okay, map response. Perfect. Now if you want, you can show some text here. Data is loading means if my condition is not true, or if my API is not getting the response, then what screen should be shown to the user? So mm, perfect. Let me run once again. See if the error is gone or not. See, data is loading this. So basically, if my data is not loading all the time, it will take to load the data. It will show my loading screen or what. So if you want, you can remove it and show an empty container as well. So it's totally your choice what screen you want to show to the user when your data is loading. Perfect. Now it's working fine. Now the same goes with my export support data. So you can just copy it and paste it here. You will get the data from support. Support have only URL contribution towards server and all. So you're getting this type of response from this. Now, what if I want ID? What if I want the details of my data inside the data? So what we have to do is, it's again a map value. It's again a map value. So we have to use another response, map data. Let me create one another variable, data response, and use it here. Let's do map response, and inside this I have to define data. Perfect. And now we are getting inside data, and I have to make changes in here also. Uh, data response, and this is also my data response. Perfect. Now I want ID. I want first name. So just copy it, and you will get your first name, Janet. Janet is my first name. Let's do it for last name. You will get Beaver. Perfect. Now, if I want support, data inside support, we have to put support here, because I have stored the value of map response support inside one variable, and inside the variable we are passing the same thing, support. Inside the support we have text, so just copy paste it, and you are getting complete response of your support. Now I think everything is fine, and we are you are able to understand the concept of API integration. So let's make it more complicated, and let's go to this API. Inside this API, I have map values, and inside this I have one list also. So let's integrate my data part. So this is my data. So I have to change the URL first. And I have to pass my data. This I have to get the details inside the data part, data. So I have to pass here data, and I have and inside the data there is a list. So we have to make one list values. So we have to define a list variable and a list response. I have to change this to a list response and list response and list response, and list always have index value which starts from 0. So let's use 0 here and let's run the app. See, I have got my 0 index value, means this is my 0 index. From here to here I am getting 0. This is my 1, this is my 2, and so on. This is my 0 index value. I have to get ID, email, first name, last name, and avatar from here 0. If I make it 1, then I will get ID number 8. See, ID number 8, email and all. Perfect. Now, what if I want the only first name inside data? What I have to do? So, what you need to do is you have to just pass it here. First name. Then only you will get only first name Michael from the list of data. From the index value 0. It will search first name in the response of data with index value is 1. So the index value is 1. So my answer will be Lindsay. See, the output is Lindsay. What if I want the email ID of my 0 index? ID of my 0 index. So I have to make it 0, and this is my ID. Let me run this. This is 7. My answer is 7. Perfect. So now this is the way you can easily integrate your APIs, difficult APIs into your app. So let's take one more example, like how to count the length of my data available. And let's see how to integrate all of the data in one list view builder. So I'm going to create one list view builder, sorry. And here I'm giving context, index, and it will return container. So how can I get the length of my available list? So it will out item count, and then I'm taking the list as a response because I want the list of data. So if list equals to null, then if give me 0 data, or you can print some text as well, and list response dot length. So by default it will count the length and it will show only the available data, only the available information you are getting inside the list. And let's create some column. Inside a column, I need one image dot network, and I have to take the image from here. So it is now avatar. So my URL is avatar. So list response index, and inside this I need avatar. So let me see the spelling of avatar. And let me run this code first and see everything is working fine or not. Perfect. Now it gives me the complete length of available data, available images. So if you want, you can give padding around this image, and also you can decorate every image by using containers and other decorative things. So it gives me a padding. So I need every data. So I need text list response dot index, and here I need uh, my ID, email. Sorry, I have written this inside a padding. Perfect. 5. And ID, email, first name, ID, first name, last name, and last name. And yes. So let me run this final code. Okay. The integer. Okay. I'm so sorry. I have to convert this into a string value to string, and to string because I'm getting a different response. So it's always a good idea to convert every information you're getting to convert this to string. And let's me run again. Again, string has no instance with Michael tried calling in. Michael. Uh, okay, my mistake. It's just a typo error. So let me run this again. I'm so sorry for the typo error. Yes, it's working fine now. So this is the way you can integrate your API. You can also decorate it by using containers and any other way. So basically, what I have done, I have saved this, converted this response into a list response, and inside the list response, I have given the length. So basically, if my response value is null, it will show me zero response. It will show me a basic container, and it will what will be the count of this? It will give me the complete. It will give me the length of my list response. So I hope you like the video, and I'm able to explain you the concept very easily. And if you are facing any issue in API integration of Flutter, you can comment me in the YouTube section, or you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and you can message me anytime. I will always there for you. And if you are facing any issue, let me know in the comment section. I will definitely try to solve your problem as soon as possible. Thank you. Thanks a lot.